Good Tuesday afternoon. I'm Storm Track meteorologist Ashley Gann. Bright and sunny day, mid to upper 80s. No rain for us just yet, but rain is on the way. Already in North Alabama right now. A few scattered showers by afternoon, highs today near 90. I'll let you know what's ahead for the rest of the week. Ahead in your full forecast. CBS 42 News at noon starts right now.
Good afternoon, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, and all of Central Alabama. This is the CBS 42 News at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Rachel Lundberg. New at noon, Montgomery County officials and the FBI are working to combat a ransomware attack. The county says its system is locked and the services in the county provided are impacted. The probate office can't process vehicle tags and registrations right now. The county says it has contacted service providers to make them aware of this attack as officials and the FBI investigate. County officials say no employee or public information has been stolen. Also new at noon, Pickens County authorities are investigating after dove hunters discover a man's body in Ethelsville. Investigators say the victim has several gunshot wounds. Deputies say the man's body was found Sunday morning in a yard near Baines Road and County Road 53. That's just off Highway 82 near the Mississippi state line. Deputies say the man is likely in his 40s or 50s but didn't have an ID on him. He was wearing pants, a t-shirt, but only had one shoe. So if you know anything that could help investigators with this, call the Pickens County Sheriff's Office. I'll give you the number. It's 367-2000. And new at noon, an internal investigation clears Tuscaloosa Police Chief Steve Anderson after he gave marijuana to a suspect following a standoff. That happened last month in the parking lot of DCH Regional Medical Center. The city attorney's office says Anderson was within his rights to give 33-year-old Joshua Montgomery marijuana after Montgomery promised that he would drop his weapon and surrender. A CBS 42 News update for you. New details in a homicide investigation in Birmingham. We brought you this as breaking news on the CBS 42 Morning News. Police now tell us that 26-year-old Jeremy Robinson was shot around 10:40 last night. Took place on 41st Street North. Robinson was rushed to UAB Hospital where he did later die. Police say he and another man were in a courtyard at Tom Brown Village when someone carrying a rifle approached them. Robinson and the other man were robbed, and then that's when a second suspect opened fire. If you know anything that can help investigators, call Crime Stoppers. And CBS 42 is your local election headquarters. Right now, we are 1 week away from voters heading back to the polls for the GOP runoff between Senate hopefuls Luther Strange and Roy Moore. President Trump and Vice President Pence are coming to the state to campaign for Senator Strange. Trump will join Strange at a rally on Friday night. That's at the Von Braun Center over in Huntsville. If you can find ticket information, it will be over on our CBS 42 News app. And Vice President Pence will reportedly be in Alabama Monday campaigning for Strange. The article from Politico doesn't say where Pence will appear for a Get Out the Vote rally, but he will be here on Monday. And former Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore is also bringing in a big name to campaign for him. Axios is reporting former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin and former Vice House aide Sebastian Gorka will co-headline a rally on Thursday night, and that will be in Montgomery. And also happening on Thursday, Strange and Moore will face off in a debate. It's set to start at 5:30 at the Alabama Activity Center in Montgomery as well. Moore finished first in the GOP primary last month, with Strange as a close second. Secretary of State John Merrill is reminding voters of the new crossover voting rules. The new law requires citizens to vote for the same party in the primaries and any runoff. And you're taking a live look right now from San Juan, Puerto Rico. The island is bracing to get hit again hard from a major hurricane. Less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Irma did brush Puerto Rico, knocking out power to 70% of the island there. The Category 5 storm made landfall overnight on the island of Dominica, bringing 160-mile-per-hour winds that are now aimed at Puerto Rico and St. Croix. Critically ill patients are being airlifted off of the islands while schools are turned into shelters in St. Thomas. But people in Puerto Rico have already been told to evacuate or die.
You can expect no EMS, no fire, and no police response from the locals because we believe the road is going to wash out. And if it washes out, there's nothing we can do.
While Puerto Rico's governor says there could be catastrophic damage to the island's infrastructure there. Here at home, we're seeing some rain chances in the forecast. Ashley Gans over at the Weather Center. We are definitely not going to see what Puerto Rico is going to see.
Yeah, definitely not going to be dealing with the intensity of the storm for sure. So we're tracking things closely, though, because a lot of people questioning the path since it is in very much alignment with where Irma was. But there are going to be some shifts to this track as it begins to bear north of the Dominican Republic. Here's what we're dealing with right now. A Category 5 hurricane, winds currently 160 miles per hour. It will slam Puerto Rico as a strong Category 4 storm within the next 24 hours before making its way just to the north of the Dominican Republic, still providing plenty of wind and rain for the island there. And then we are looking at the southern side of the Caribbean islands, bearing the brunt of a major hurricane before this storm begins veering off to the north. You'll notice it's going to stay several hundred miles from the tip of Florida, so that's one of the biggest differences. It's not going to stay in these really warm waters there near the Florida Straits. For us, we're dealing with a cloudy sky. 86 is our current temperature, and I just had this focus down, and actually a cloud came passing by, so the sky looks gray now, but we're going to continue to see those clouds rolling in because rain now beginning to pop up on our radar. I'll let you know the scattered showers and storms, how long they will be lasting. That's ahead in your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Rachel?
Thank you, Ashley. New at noon, President Trump addresses world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly for the first time. The president pressured Iran to stop supporting terrorism and issued a strong warning to ISIS and other terrorist groups. He also delivered tough talk on North Korea, urging world leaders to isolate Kim Jong-un and his expanding nuclear arsenal.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself, while America will pursue.
Secretary General told members this morning that the threat of nuclear attack is at its highest level since the end of the Cold War. And new at noon, President Trump's personal lawyer is testifying before a Senate committee investigating Russian interference in the election. Michael Cohen says a proposal to build Trump Tower Moscow was simply just a proposal and nothing more than that. The testimony comes a day after it was revealed the FBI obtained a warrant to monitor former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. The wiretaps are now part of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into possible Russian collusion. Right now, 2 Chilton County high school students are recovering after being bitten by a copperhead snake. Isabella High School principal Ricky Porter says that the 2 girls were part of a 7th grade life science class on a trail near the school when the snake bit both of them. Porter says the girls didn't see the snake. One was bit in the toe with a dry bite and the other in the ankle. Both were taken to a local hospital in Chilton County and released, but the girl with the venomous bite to the ankle was later taken to Children's of Alabama.
Originally, there was just swelling around the ankle, but apparently now there's some swelling all the way up maybe to the knee level, and they was concerned with the circulation in the lower part of her leg.
Porter says they do the outdoor nature walks for classes 2 to 3 times a year but for right now, they've put those on hold. Your time right now is 12:08. Toys R Us is filing for bankruptcy protection. After the break, the reaction from fans and what's next for this company. You're watching the CBS 42 News at noon. We'll be right back.